past few weeks, literally thousands of people have turned out to express their views and concerns about the Democrats' health care initiative. The mainstream media has steadily characterized the people opposing the bill as Brooks Brothers-wearing, swastika-toting mobsters with the same capabilities of Timothy McVeigh, while the people in favor of the bill have been characterized as something completely the opposite: passionate yet civil, well-informed, and basically a cut above. So I decided to check it out myself. And after about 5 minutes of instructions on how to operate a digital camera, I headed off to the healthcare rally at California Senator Dianne Feinstein's office in Los Angeles. Doing street interviews was new for me, and I wasn't sure if I could get people to open up and talk to me, but I knew I'd have no chance if I was recognized for my popular PJTV shows left exposed, so it was important for me to keep a low profile. Wouldn't you know, right away, I was spotted.
What's up, PJTV?
Oh, hi there, how are you?
Moments later, I discovered it was because the camera I was holding had a big PJTV sticker on it.
Hey, Zoe, how you doing? That's my man, I love Zoe. And Steve, love you too.
I guess they haven't had a chance to watch any of my shows yet. Anyway, the first thing I noticed when I arrived at the rally was that it wasn't very large, but it was 4 o'clock, so I assumed people were still at work. Then I realized this was California, who's got a job. Secondly, gauging from their signs, I noticed there seemed to be equal numbers of protesters there from both sides of the issue. Although people who oppose Obamacare have been said to be manufactured and sent by large organizations, judging from the signs here, it appears as though many of the pro-Obamacare people not only had matching signs, but they were also professionally printed as well. In fact, I didn't see any matching signs on the opposing side, and very few looked professionally printed. But to their credit, they did have the biggest sign. Also, the pro-Obamacare side seemed more prepared in other ways. Like, they had a guy with a microphone and an amplifier to engage his side in a rallying cry for the cause. The protesters on the opposing side quickly took advantage of this, and I have to say, both sides proved to be equally matched in their passion.
What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? Freedom!
The anti-Obamacare side had a guy too, but he only had a bullhorn and obviously not as much experience as the other guy.
What do we want? Freedom! We don't want it!
It was becoming more and more obvious that what's been said in the news about the opposition side, being funded and prepped by rich insurance companies and Republican groups, didn't really appear that way.
What do we want? Healthcare! We don't want that!
To be fair, although the pro-Obamacare side had professional signs and a sound system, I still couldn't tell if they were formally organized. Since I didn't notice any buses or Acorn or SEIU t-shirts, I figured I was safe. So I set out to discover just how did they find out about the rally.
How did you find out about it?
I got a message on Facebook.
Told me last night I posted it to all my friends on Facebook and MySpace.
So this is a grassroots organization.
This is the real grassroots. Look at nice.
I'm not being paid by anybody.
I found her response rather interesting. I didn't ask her about being paid. At first I wondered why she went there. Then I figured I was just being suspicious, so I asked around some more.
Did you get a call from Facebook too?
No, I'm actually one of the summer organizers of Organizing for America.
So your friends called you and said, get out here and do this.
Yeah, well, MoveOn.org, because I'm signed up with them.
Bingo. Organizing for America and MoveOn.org, those pretty much qualify as dang big organizations. Given this bit of information, I thought it would stand to reason they would be more correctly informed on the issues of the health care bill than the opposing side, who have been routinely accused of spreading misinformation.
I especially am out here because I am standing against a lot of the lies and the twisted truths that have come out.
72% of all Americans, according to a CBS New York Times poll, favor a public option. We're the majority.
72%?
72%.
Wow, that's cool.
It's just that,
Yeah. CBS said that? You know what you're talking about.
Basic reform, doesn't it also include like helping some of those systems and improving them as well, not just kind of like, I don't understand the finances of it. I don't.
You're saying that this bill would cover anybody and everybody who wants to get abortions?
I did hear that there are no federal funds that are going to be paying for it.
What do you think about people who are calling them socialists? What do you think about socialism?
Well, first off, that isn't true. First off, if it was socialism, it would be it would be something that we wouldn't be paying for. It would be something that was a nationalized health care. If they knew what socialism is, if they like it.
They would like it?
Of course.
What? I don't know much about it.
It means all the needs that anybody has.
Yes, education, health care, military, all of those are socialistic.
So they pay for everything. So the government pays for everything.
Yeah, but this is not being socialistic. This is being responsible.
I like my health care, so I'm concerned.
It is an option plan. If somebody has health insurance, they can keep it.
They keep it forever, like if they change their jobs.
Yes,
that's what I'm concerned about. It's like I know I can keep it now,
right?
But what's going to happen if I change my job, or what's going to, you know?
Well, he is going to make it where you cannot lose your health care if you change your job.
The death panel thing.
But what the bill says that it allows for counseling for that at the end of if you either get seriously ill or after 65, so you know what your rights are. So you know how to set up a living will. So you know if something happens, do you want life support?
Well, all they do is the government's going to pay for consultation with your doctor, which is like $35. It means we'll pay for your doctor's meeting. That's what they're saying.
He said there's not a death panel. Everything I read on the internet's a lie.
Well, now they're going to remove that, I heard.
Yeah, but why are they removing it if it's such a good thing that wasn't there?
After hearing their take on the issues, I was even confused about what side was responsible for disseminating bad information. But there was one thing I knew for sure. These two women believed they knew exactly who was responsible for misinformation and the reasons why.
It's like the AARP, they support the president's health initiative. They're saying that the AARP, that's a lie, that the AARP, but it's not true. They're lying. It is true. The AARP they are supporting the president.
I was confused.
I just think there's so many lies out there, and I blame Fox News for it because I've seen them, I've heard them. And of course, Republicans can't read.
You know, these people are responsible for what they are giving out. And when they come and they scare the masses, this is not about a death warrant or euthanasia. It's about counseling.
It's just hate. That's all they want. You know, they're just mad because Obama is black and he won, and they can't get over it. When they said, "Oh, we want our government back," because we want a white man in there.
From my own experience, I know what happens when people assume you're an Obama supporter and then discover you actually have independent thought. So I asked this young man about his experiences.
For one thing, I don't know how could I be a sellout. I was never aware that I was up for sale.
And so in the end, I hadn't really seen what the mainstream media saw, at least with this pro-Obamacare group, who in my humble opinion seemed organized.
What do we want?
And well-funded, yet ill-informed.
I don't understand the finances of it. I don't.
And in many cases, did not behave in a more civil or tolerant manner.
Of course, Republicans can't read.
But as I left, I realized there was one thing I did see. I'm afraid that this group is committed and unmoved, even when faced with facts and consequences of what they were fighting for.
Have you ever seen the government streamline systems?
In other countries, yeah.
In other countries, the income tax rate is 60 or 70%.
But they also get health care.